and thank you for joining us. I'm Davia Chambers with Let's Talk Tobago. Today we're touring Plantation Beach Villas in Black Rock. This property is comfortably situated on the edge of the Grafton Bird Sanctuary and has 6 villas, each named after tropical flowers. We're going to check it out, but first, this week's headlines. Some relief for Speyside businesses thanks to sargassum seaweed cleanup. A small button with a big purpose, saving more lives. And preparing for success in the world of work. These stories and more right after the break.
Going to Barbados? Why continue to pay high prices when you can get there for only US $231.95, all taxes included? Yes, you heard right. You can now travel to Barbados from Tobago for a mere US $231.95 on Gold's weekly service. So if you're going to Barbados for business, the beach, crop over, or attending university, stop wasting your money on those other high-priced airlines and get there for a fraction of the cost. To book, just log on to www.vogel.com.br. Barbados just got closer.
Hello, I'm Davia Chambers on the balcony at Plantation Beach Villas, proudly owning the theme An Oasis of Serenity. This villa is located on a sloping hillside overlooking the beautiful beach of Stonehaven. We're journeying to Speyside for our lead story this week. Not long ago, its beaches were overwrought with a mass of sargassum seaweed. What's the latest on the cleanup? We have an update.
It looks like a brown shaggy mat, but what you are seeing here is nothing compared to the sargassum seaweed that washed up on shore in Speyside a couple weeks ago. Restaurants, hotels and villagers alike were affected. So the THA set aside $3 million for a cleanup exercise. Today, businesses are satisfied with the work.
It was very uncontrollable. The THA, when I would say the village of Speyside was negatively affected by the sargassum seaweed. They came and they did a couple of site inspections in the village, as well as Blue Waters, as well as the use of helicopters. And with that, they dedicated a backhoe to Blue Waters, which did the cleaning in about 3 to 4 days. And after that, after the 4th day, I would say the guest was able to enjoy a beautiful beach.
Mr. Lee says the seaweed continues to come to shore, but the current pulls it back out late evenings. He says this works in the island's favor.
It's just a matter of cleaning daily. But with the effort of the THA that has that pledged their assistance to the hospital, to the hotels in the island, we're hoping that they continue to do it, to continue to render us the assistance whenever we need it.
Karen Hart, who is visiting from England, says the cleanup has definitely improved the image of the beach. While Karen and her family may not be able to swim in the waters, she says they're still enjoying what Tobago has to offer.
I think it's great going out to all the local restaurants. We've done a lot of that, and we're going to be going to the rainforest, and we like seeing the turtles, and so there is a lot of other things going on. So it's not, it hasn't been a disaster.
The Assembly is also conducting air and water quality tests in the area to determine how to collect more data. This will inform the policy in dealing with this natural disaster. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
The wood carvings you see here were done by a Trinidadian architect to mesh with the old plantation styling of the villas. And the artworks which decorate the walls were done by local artists. Another group of men and women have been trained to succeed in the business world. They learned valuable skills to help them on their career path. Take a look at this story.
With no subjects and a transcript.
Kern Grant is one of the 24 interns who graduated from this year's Youth Energized for Success for the YES program. This 20-year-old is about to start his first year of tertiary level studies to undertake international relations and political science. so he appreciates the work experience he received from the program.
It helps develop skills, because skills are very important, because many times persons want to employ a young person, but they always say they do not have the experience. So experience would have been gained just by being a part of this, and also exposure.
Anika Thomas is a university graduate who focused on communication and mediation studies. In addition to the work experience, Anika is pleased with the variety of training sessions she got exposure to.
The workshops, the professional development, personal development, which should not be left out in the working world, because as much as you are developing professionally, if the personal is left behind, it won't account for anything. So given that opportunity to have that personal development, how to enhance your dress code, how to enhance yourself, how to present yourself, is one that is truly remarkable and should be continued.
The YES program falls under the Division of Finance and Enterprise Development. In addition to providing hands-on job experience, the participants are involved in field trips and seminars, which are designed to enhance their understanding of the Tobago environment.
The mandate of the YES unit is to prepare young people in Tobago to jump out of the back seat of Tobago's development into the front seat, to lead their destiny, and to really be in charge or take responsibility for improving Tobago, for advancing our island's development, and for diversifying the Tobago economy.
The YES Summer Internship Program is now in its third year. The coordinators hope the experiences these students go through will lead to improved productivity and a better work ethic among young Tobagonians. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
This cozy dining room was built to reflect the old colonial style, which makes you feel right at home with your loved ones. To add to that homey feeling, each villa is provided with a personal attendant to cater to the needs of the guests. The benefit is yours. The earlier you start to prepare yourself for the working world, from dressing the part to sounding the part, secondary school children get a jump start.
How to dress for the workplace. Cover letter and resume writing, interview skills. 5th and 6th formers in Tobago are learning those skills and more through the Preparing Youth for the World of Work program by the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport.
What we're doing is we're having a week of training in different topics. The topics that we're dealing with for the World of Work program are understanding self, and that includes things like goal setting, and then we have conflict resolution. Today we are doing workplace etiquette and entrepreneurship, introducing young people to the concept of having a business and becoming an entrepreneur.
After those sessions, the students will be placed in various organizations, both in the private and public sector, to apply the skills they would have learned previously. And the participants say they think they are equipped to face the world of work now and in the future.
I've learned the challenges they face in our work area and how to deal with those challenges.
It's been pretty good. I learned a few new things other than what my parents would have taught me at home. It's fun, it's very interactive, so I'm having a good time so far.
This is the 3rd annual World of Work program. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's time for a break, but keep this in mind. It's no laughing matter if you're home alone and need immediate medical attention. See you after these messages.
Welcome to the Scarborough Library facility. Here we utilize the latest technology to bring you library and information services. Once inside, the staff at the information desk will direct you to the relevant department. And now, our CSR Darian will help you through the registration process.
Hi, good day. Ready to register?
Hi, good afternoon. Yes.
I see your documents. One completed form, photo identification, and utility bill.
Yes.
Thanks much. This is your library card. It displays your user ID as well as your barcode. This information is also reflected on the reverse side. If you'd like, you can tear along the perforated line to detach the two pieces. This can be kept in your keychain, the other can be kept in your wallet or your purse.
But the Scarborough Library facility is so much more than just physical books. Once registered, you can log on to our website at library.diaz.tobago.gov. tha.gov.tt. Scroll down to select the NALIS link. Once you are connected to the NALIS website, you can then download the Overdrive app to your Apple or Android devices. Using your personal account, you can borrow ebooks and access online databases. Renewal of physical books can also be done online. The new Scarborough Library facility will revolutionize your library experience, where information inspires innovation.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tobago. I'm Davia Chambers, touring Plantation Beach Villas with you. Known for its comfort and seclusion, this villa, surrounded by a tropical garden of flowers, accommodates a maximum of 6 persons. It has 3 spacious ensuite rooms and a fully equipped kitchen with a barbecue grill. Technology is a part of our everyday lives. It helps us function at work and at home, and can even save our life. Here's Omodara Mills to talk about a medical button which brings alertness to more Tobagonians.
An emergency medical alert device. Over 500 of these were distributed since the program started 3 years ago. Now 17 more people on the island have the device, which can save their lives in the event of an emergency.
It will help me a lot because I fell off my front step some time ago, and there was nobody, but I got up after. I just got some bruises on my foot and things, but it's okay. It's important.
The device is user-friendly, so the people who are given them, like the elderly and those with chronic diseases or disabilities, have no problem accessing the help they need in the shortest time possible.
You know, the buttons on cell phones are so small. Our device is very simple. One button, all they do is press that one button, hold down, and it activates, and then they are in contact with an agent who is ready and waiting to make sure that they get the assistance they need.
And that assistance is a 24-hour support through the 211 call center. More than that, it's an integrated service that involves the police service, fire service, Tobago Emergency Medical Services, and the ambulance service, which means the users live independent and comfortable lives.
Give them a sense of security when they're at home alone, or if they are away from their loved ones for any extended periods of time. This affords them the ability to get help when they need help.
The Emergency Medical Alert Program falls under the Division of Finance and Enterprise Development, and more Tobagonians are being encouraged to be a part of it since it fulfills the THA's promise of providing services that cater to all. I'm Omodara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Each villa was designed by Swedish architect Anne Hasselquist to suit the style of the traditional 20th century West Indian gingerbread homes, and the beautiful flowers and neatly groomed trees add to its beauty and charm. Now, camps were so good this year. Dare I tease you already for next year? Yes, I dare. If your kids attended the one at Scarborough Library, then you already know how much fun this next story is.
Just a final question I am sure viewers would love to find out. Have either of you thought of your honeymoon? Oh, I've never been to the moon before. Cool. This is stupid. I'm going back to sleep. That's it, folks. They live happily ever after. Back to you, Ruby and Pete.
Not the typical activity associated with a day at the library, but 60 children saw this side, away from traditional books, during their participation in the Scarborough Library's Children Vacation Camp. It was a chance to develop their acting skills and other talents. What's displayed here is part of a strategic plan to spark creativity within children and open their minds to learning new things.
I enjoyed doing crafts. I also enjoyed learning some new stuff. The new stuff are table manners. We also learn origami. We learn how to make owls and cars out of toilet paper rolls.
The camp targeted children within the 6 to 11 age range, and other lessons covered include road safety, healthy eating, hygiene, and dining etiquette.
In all instances, the children were quite responsive and knowledgeable, and this was expressed by the different facilitators. Let me take this time now to warn you parents and guardians, don't be surprised if they start making overtures about savings, telling you about being safe on the road, and telling you about their rights, especially where their rights to rest and have fun.
After 6 weeks of learning and playing together, these children bid goodbye to each other. And today, they are not only walking away with great memories, but with these certificates of participation. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
This is a pool that tempts you to jump in and wash away your stress. And sitting in these beach chairs lets you ease your mind while here at Plantation Beach Villas. We live in a global world where so much more is available to us because of information technology. Today, it seems one of a child's first words is computer. So let's develop that tech-savvy brain.
My Scratch project was from the book of Jonah in the Holy Bible.
Autumn is one of many students who created his own interactive story using animations, graphics, music, and art. He and these other young people from across Tobago are part of a group who participated in the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sports Kids Code 2015 camp.
The younger ones would have done Scratch, and Scratch is a programming language and an online community. So apart from just being a programming language, you have the ability to go online and meet other people who are using Scratch and even use some of the software that these other children would have built.
And even though creating apps is complex, the children in the camp overcame those challenges. It's the beginning of what the architects of the program hope will be the foundation of a new industry in Tobago. So while this is a baby step, once the students continue to practice using the software, the future seems promising.
It can facilitate very complex algorithms. Adults use this to actually create apps in the App Store. And the children were able to understand a lot of these complex concepts.
We in the division anticipate that the knowledge gain would be developed further, and some of the children would be intrigued in the technology so that they can use this opportunity, the base that we would have prepared, as a platform to pursue careers in ICT.
As far back as 2009, a mobile, online and digital market research company put revenues from mobile apps at nearly $10 billion. Then the firm projected that this figure would more than triple by this year. Apps are widespread and their popularity are expected to grow. This means Tobago and these students through the Kids Code 2015 camp are potentially entering a market that's lucrative. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Swimming for fun or sport, it all happens at the YMCA. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Going to Barbados? Why continue to pay high prices when you can get there for only US $231.95, all taxes included? Yes, you heard right. You can now travel to Barbados from Tobago for a mere US $231.95 on Gold's weekly service. So if you're going to Barbados for business, the beach, crop over, or attending university, stop wasting your money on those other high-priced airlines and get there for a fraction of the cost. To book, just log on to www.vogel.com.br. Barbados just got closer.
Thanks for staying with us. This is Let's Talk Tobago on the go. Our property this week, Plantation Beach Villas. The beach, which can be accessed through the gate behind me, is located a few steps away from the villas. Here you can also have fun kayaking with friends and family. The YMCA had a full house when many young swimmers signed up to take part in its celebrations. It was an annual national building swim event.
That's one of the races in the Corland YMCA's 5th Invitational Swim Meet, an activity that helps the non-profit organization raise funds to support its operations. It also gives Tobago's swimmers the chance to compete against others from clubs around the country.
It's an opportunity for us to highlight the natural ability of our Tobago kids on the island, you know. You hear swimmers in Trinidad going all over to competitions, but we have never had what we're experiencing now, young swimmers from Tobago being a part of national team for this particular sport.
In comparison to other sporting events, swimming is fairly new to the island, with 2 clubs and just over 25 children from Tobago participating in the meet this year. Despite the numbers, these young swimmers are showing that this kind of competition helps them to be the best.
Our club is a fairly new club. It was only formed 6 months ago, and in that 6 months we've already produced 3 national swimmers. So we're very proud of that.
The swimming competition encourages the children to be more mindful of preparations before the meet, so they can improve their skills and be at the top.
We teach them not just the techniques and the strokes in swimming, but you know, their diet. It's a whole holistic. Their state of mind, the discipline, what they eat, what they put into their bodies, how it burns, you know, things like that. So it's an all-round sport.
The Corland YMCA is subsidized by the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport, so that school children can access free swimming lessons as part of their extracurricular roster. The division's long-term plan is based on research which links active lifestyles to improved academic performance. The hope is that this will bear out in Tobago as well. I'm Umdara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
This recreational area is available to guests who want to play a game of volleyball, relax their minds, and improve their emotional well-being. Whether nationally or locally, when young people do their best, they sometimes get recognized. So guess what celebration is happening again in Tobago? Caroline Wallace has the reports.
The Tobago Youth Awards are back. After a one-year hiatus, young people who have excelled in various fields for the past year will be rewarded for their success.
The primary thing for us is really encouraging Tobagonians to come out and to participate. We would have nominations in several categories happening for the Tobago Youth Awards, and for us we have 3 group awards, and the group awards are the most outstanding youth group, most improved youth group, and most effective youth program or project.
But that's not all. Mr. Skeet says there are also individual awards for the successful nominees.
Education, health and wellness, agriculture, we have entrepreneurship, media, performing arts, youth service, youth leader, youth triumph, and all those awards are for persons within the age groups of 12 to 29 because that's the age of the National Youth Policy recognizing youth. But more than that, we also have an award for youth mentor, which is for someone that is aged 30 and over.
Special mention will also be given to secondary school students. There's a category, the People's Choice Award, which will be judged via social media for those students.
Which is an award that's directly geared towards the secondary school student of the year. So basically we make the necessary communication with the secondary schools. All secondary schools submit at least one nominee, which is their best and their top and their all-round student, and therefore now we engage persons via social media, which is throughout Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago, the world at large, to vote on the People's Choice Award.
Nomination forms can be collected at the Department of Youth Affairs at Dutch Fort in Scarborough. The deadline for nominations is September 2nd. I am Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Comfort, luxury, and serenity is what Plantation Beach Villas offers through its concierge service, tranquil pool, tropical gardens, and neat villas. Tobago is ecotourism, it's cultural arts, and it's also sports. We talk about track and field and swim meets. But did you know competitive lawn tennis is on the rise?
This is the finals of the men's under-18 tennis match of the Tobago Junior Invitational Tennis Federation ITF tournament. This builds on a tradition started back in 1977 by the International Tennis Federation and is a leading competition among the under-18 tennis players. Now, Tobago is able to host this kind of international competition because the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport took the decision to reconstruct Shore Park's tennis facilities according to ITF standards. So the lights and the playing field in particular have been certified by the International Tennis Federation. Even though the Tobago players were not able to make a significant impact at the games this year, the facilities give locals the opportunity to train and play using world-class facilities to improve their skills. During this year's competition, over 100 players from countries such as the US participated in the singles and doubles matches, an aspect that points to the THA's move to facilitate sports tourism so that international players not only compete here but see it as a venue to train and hone their skills. I'm Omadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Now it's time for you, our viewers, to have your say. Many of you, if not all, have Tobago's motto, clean, green, safe and serene, committed to memory. If I asked you to say it fast 3 times, you probably could. But what does clean, green, safe and serene truly mean for you in your personal life? This is what you said.
What I will do to try to keep Tobago clean is like to stop the littering, stop the throwing of garbage on the floors, because it have dustbin everywhere, you could use those.
What I would normally do is to limit my production of garbage. So whatever I dispose of is what definitely has to be disposed of. What I can reuse, I reuse.
Just by doing exactly what I've been taught since as a child, by not littering at all, making sure I put all my stuff in bins and stuff like that.
It has to start with me and I and all of us in terms of making the Tobago safe, clean and green once more.
My job is sanitation, so I am always sanitizing my place, pick up my cups around my place that no water can go in for mosquitoes and whatever. And if we start with that, we can go further.
And that's how we bring this week's edition of Let's Talk Tobago to a close. Remember, you can send us your comments or queries on anything you've seen in this program to information@tha.gov.tt, or you can even visit us at www.tha.gov.tt. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Davia Chambers, and on behalf of all of us at the Department of Information, have a safe and enjoyable week. See you next time.